Today we're going to be looking at a Heiken Ashi trading strategy, but before we go any further guys, I have a burning question for you. What kind of candles do you have on your daily charts? Is it Heiken Ashi, Renko, standard candles, or another kind of weird and wonderful candle? I'd love to know that in the comments below. And don't forget, I give away 100 USDT to a random comment every Friday. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. Hey traders, I hope you're all going extremely well. My name's David and welcome back to my channel where I go through trading strategies that I find on YouTube and then on the web, and then I use code to debunk the bad ones and find the good ones. Today we're going to be looking back at a trading strategy that uses the Heiken Ashi trading candles. We're also going to be using a LSMA, which is going to be giving us our trend direction, and we're going to be adding the chandelier exit into all of that to try and build a decent trading strategy. Now recently on Joel Crypto, one of my favorite YouTubers channels, he launched himself a trading challenge of building a small account into a $1 million trading strategy. I'm going to be spending the next couple of weeks trying to set a set of trading strategies together and do exactly the same on my channel. I think it can also be done with algorithms and trading on algo trading to turn a small account into a larger account or a much larger account over a period of time, especially in the more bullish periods that we're going into now. I will put all of my trades onto a transparent board, very much like Joel has as well, and I'll be telling you which trading strategies I'm going to be running. Now, I will give myself the benefit of doubt and also start with a very small account, and if I do liquidate that account, I will start again and try again. So I'm going to give myself a couple of chances. I'm going to be giving myself a small account of $100 to $1,000 depending on the confidence I have in that actual trading strategy that I'm using, but you will be able to see everything step by step as I go along. Okay, without further ado, let's get over to my screen. Let's have a look at this trading strategy that we're going to be backtesting today, which I might or might not use in this challenge. Okay, let's go. But before I go any further, if you don't mind just giving the video a good old thumbs up if you find the information useful, and why not subscribe? I do videos every Monday and every Friday with new trading strategies, and I hope to add a Wednesday to the mix where I'm going to be going through the actual trades that I'm taking. Okay, let's get over to that computer. Okay, here we are on TradingView. This is an older strategy that I found before, which was by the Signals Scalping Trading YouTube channel. It uses a couple of indicators, including the LSMA and also Heiken Ashi. Now, the Heiken Ashi candles are these ones up here. If we go up to the top of our charts, we're going to be looking for the Heiken Ashi candles up here. Now, there is a problem with Heiken Ashi candles. As algo traders, you can't use them for backtesting, but I will show you a way around that in a minute. So Heiken Ashi candles are actually a algorithm in their own. They actually don't use the high lows. These candles here actually are just the high, the low, the open, and the close. So if I zoom into two candles here, as you can see, a green candle is when the open is lower than the close. The high of the candle is this wick of the candle, and then the low would be like a wick here. If it's in red, it means the candle opens up higher than it does it closes, and then we have our low and our high like this here. But the difference between the Heiken Ashi candles and the actual candles, the standard candles that we use, is there's an actual algorithm behind the open and the close. So the algorithm, as you can see over here, I have it written down. The open is the average of the open and the close previous candles. So it's the open and the close here of the previous candle actually makes this entry here. It's the average of that. The close is the open, close, high, low of the current candle. The highs and the lows are the highs and the lows of the current candle as well. Now, the problem with that is, like I said, there is an actual algorithm behind it, and these actually can move until the very last minute. So as algo traders, we're actually going to need to use standard candles and put an overlay Heiken Ashi candle over the top of that candle. I will show you before the end of this video, but Heiken Ashi candles actually lead to fake results and also repainting in backtesting, which is no good for any of us because we actually want to see what's actually going on before really trading this with money. In Another thing that actually happens inside of TradingView when using Heiken Ashi candles is the alert that sends off. So if you're using alerts to use bots or just to make yourself aware of a new trade, is actually sent a lot later than desired. So your bot would get in late, or you'd be alerted way too late for the actual entry. Okay, back over to the standard candles here on my screen. As you can see, we have standard candles here, and I'm going to show you how to add an overlay. So we're going to look for Heiken Ashi candles here. There's plenty of them. You can see that there's lots of overlays. I actually like the one that's called Heiken Ashi overlay, which is by this one here by Red 1939. I'm going to click on it here. As you can see, it is in his scripts here. Let's add it onto our charts. Okay, as you can see, that has given us white and black candles. If you prefer it to be like standard candles, we could go and change the white to green, and then we can choose the red over here for our red candles. That would give us the kind of Heiken Ashi coloring that we're used to, but on top of our actual standard candles. So you'll be able to see the trend, but your algorithm won't be complicated by Heiken Ashi algorithms that behind the scenes. You'll also be able to use it to create your own trading strategy as it follows TradingView's rules, and you'll be able to set up the alerts perfectly. Okay, I'm going to add a couple of other indicators. We're going to add the CE, which is the chandelier exit indicator, which is chandelier exit by Everget here, which I'm going to just click here, and that adds something that looks very much like a super trend. And my final indicator I'm going to be adding is LSMA, which is this one here, which is the least square moving average. Now I'm going to add that here. I'm going to set that up so that we are at a longer length of 200 here, and that's going to give us our long-term entries. Now this is going to give us our standard setup for our trading strategy, and now I'm going to add some of the like David Tech mix to it very, very quickly. As you may know from my trading strategy, I often use the ADX-MA, which is this one here by myself. The ADX-MA is the same as the ADX. I've just used an EMA, which allows us to see the crossover point to make sure that there is enough volatility in the market at that time that we take our entry. I've added that one there, and we're going to also add the volume flow from Lazy Bear himself, which is right here. Okay, I couldn't find it. Okay, so for our entries, we're looking for these to be confluence as our entries. We're looking for the LSMA, which I'm going to make a little bit thicker very, very quickly on the screen so that we can see it. Big, thick white line there. Perfect. So we're on 15 minutes at BTC USDT. Now, this trading strategy is very different from what I'm used to trading. Like I said earlier, I am trying to sign new setup so that I can do this challenge of $100 to $1 million using algo trading. So my idea here is to use one of those R&R tables that I'll show you in a minute, which allows me to use much smaller stop losses and aim for much bigger take profits. I'm going to scrap the idea of looking for a high win rate because it's absolutely going to be impossible in this state, but I'm going to be looking to make profit and take the losses as they come, even though there will be a lot of them, but each and every one of the losses will be very small. Now, you may have seen this kind of table on Instagram and places like that. As you can see, if we're aiming for a risk to reward of 9 to 1, we're going to have to achieve a 90% win rate for 9 to 1. That means that your stop loss is 9 times bigger than the actual take profits. If we go all the way down and we go for a 1 to 1, we need to be above over 50%. Now, you also have to take into account you're going to be paying fees on top of this and slippage and things like that. So you're probably actually going to need to aim for a little bit higher than what's on this table. We're also then going to go all the way down, and I'm going to be aiming for a 6 to 1 or a 5 to 1 here, and that means that I only have to have a 20% win rate to actually achieve a winning strategy. Now, obviously, I'd like it to be 30 to 40%. That means that if it does fail worse than what is in the backtesting, it means that I can actually go all the way back down to 20%. If I aim for 20% and it fails worse than actually in the backtest, I mean that could end up at 10% and failing more. So yeah, this is a very good table. As part of the David Tech Patreon, you'll get access to a Notion board with all of my trading strategies and setups. That I will copy and paste this into it so you can find it easy. Okay, so let's have a look at this trading strategy. Now I'm going to be using percentages for stop losses and take profits. So here are the rules of this trading strategy. If we are above the LSMA, we're looking for a buy signal just like this one here. We're looking for the ADX to come above the actual blue line, and we're looking for the green line to be above the orange line on the volume flow. So we'd be able to get in on roughly this candle here. Now I'm going to be looking for, like I said earlier, an extremely small stop loss of 0.25%, just like this one here. So that's going to be my stop loss, and I'm going to be looking for a risk to reward of 5 at least, or maybe 6. As you can see, this one would have been a perfect, absolute perfect win, giving us a win of 1.5%. This means that I can now lose 5 times in a row and still be in profit, which is absolutely brilliant. And it's a completely different way of looking at trading that I'm used to. I normally aim for 1 to 1.5 risk to reward, so that's great. Okay, let's have a look at a short very quickly. Let's have a look at this one here. We have a short signal. We're looking for the LSMA to be above price action. We have a sell option here. We're going to be looking for the ADX to cross above. We would have got in roughly on this candle here. Roughly speaking, on that candle here. We're going to be looking for a stop loss of 0.25, as I said earlier. And we're going to be looking for a risk to reward of 6. Which gives us a 1.5% win on that trade as well. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, I'm going to go away and code this so that we can backtest it. And now we'll use deep backtesting so we can go back as far as possible to see if this was profitable. Like I said, I don't expect it to have great win rates, but I do have hope for it to be profitable. So let's get straight over to the coding.
Come on, David, and once again he's gone to code new strategies. Come on, David, show us what you got.
Guys, I'm just going to take 2 seconds of your time to do a huge shout out to Bybit. They've been supporting our channel since the very, very beginning of David Tech. So huge shout out to them. If you use the David Tech link below to sign up, we get a small kickback which supports our community. And also you get cheaper trading fees. You also get added to trading competitions. And you'll get a huge bonus when you deposit your funds. So once again, guys, a huge shout out and thank you to Bybit for all the support they give to our channel. Okay, let's have a look at these backtesting results. Okay, here we are on my screen. As you can see, this is the backtesting results, and the win rate is much better than I thought it would be on this time and period. Like I said earlier, I'm on BTC USDT on the 15-minute time frame. And as you can see, we have quite a good set of backtests. So we have a net profit of 478.72% net profit. Now I have changed my rules from the beginning. Generally, I had a £100,000 account, a $100,000 account using 10%. Like I said earlier, I'm trying to turn this from a small account into a big account. So I have changed the rules and setups of my actual personal portfolio. So as you can see, this is actually only made at $472 because it's using a very, very small amount of equity. We have 61 trades. We have a win rate of 32.79%. We have a profit factor of 2.96. We have a drawdown of 19.16. I did have a lot of other setups as well that I've found for this, which I did actually manage to decrease that to 9%. I will share that with everybody in the Discord and the Patreon with all of our Patreons. If you look at the deep backtesting, as you can see, we have 1,004%. There is some big dips here which I don't like in the slightest and will not trade it until I can iron them out a little tiny bit. Our max drawdown was 51%, which is a huge amount over what I would like. Like I said, I will continue to try and iron them out. We're at 25.98% profitability. So that was what I was saying earlier. That is the win rate, 26% win rate. If we go back to here, as you can see, it was 32. So at some of these points where there was dips, it was probably much lower than that 20%. So if I go over to the performance tables, as you can see, if you buy to hold in the same period, we would have been at a 312% profit, and we actually exploded that with a 1004% profit. Will this be a trading strategy that I trade with bots? Probably not as it is, but I will be working on to make it better as I go along. I have come up with a couple of other setups as well on other coins, which I'll be sharing with the Patreons. And if you'd like to add this trading strategy or connect your trading strategy to bots, or come and explore the world of bots and algo trading, you can find the links to Patreon down below in the description, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one. As I said earlier, it's something that I'm going to be exploring a bit, is increasing the risk to reward, well, increasing the reward against the risk, and hopefully finding some different styles of trading, diversifying like I've been trying to for a long time now. Don't forget to put a comment down about which kind of candles you're using. I will be drawing a 100 USDT winner on Friday. Without further ado, keep safe, keep coding, trade like a boss, and I will see you on Friday. Goodbye.
Come on, David, and once again he's gone to code a new strategy. He'll be back in just 5 minutes. RSI and MACD.